So basically this video is going to be about some tips and stuff for newer players and trying to teach them about the game and help them not suck at it. When you're in the menu, there are a few options for game modes. 2v2, 5v5 and ranked are all PvP, but I'll be focusing on open world for this video. When you start out the game, you won't have much. You start out with fairly basic armament, the M16A2 and the Glock 22. Most people will try to get a new primary as quickly as possible, as the M16A2 only has semi-automatic and burst firing modes. However, with its easy control, recoil and long range, it makes it easy to use for a newer player. However, its damage is low, like really low, and it's worth trying to get a better rifle early on. The Glock 22 is actually not that bad. It has high mobility, low recoil, and decent headshot damage. The only downside is this short range and low base damage, but you aren't going to be using this thing as you would a rifle, but rather for room clearing. So buying another secondary weapon isn't necessary for early games, so you should spend your money elsewhere, like in attachments, which I will not go in depth with, but I might in a future video. The choices for primaries in a summary. Basically, most of the rifles are good. The sniper rifles aren't really worth it unless you put in the hours to afford a decent range. The SMGs are really only good for CQB except for the AK-74U. And the only shotgun worth buying is the Benelli M4. And there is no drum mag for the AA-12, which I learnt out the hard way by buying it. Also, yes, the night vision goggles do work, and you should probably try to save up for a pair. There are two main values you get in this game, money and XP, and you get them from completing missions, saving citizens, killing enemies, etc. Money you can use to buy guns, clothes, attachments, and high quality medicinal supplies. XP you need to obtain stars, which you can use to unlock new clothing items, new vehicles, etc. There are currently 10 vehicles in Blackhawk Rescue Mission 5, 6 land and 4 helicopters. Sadly, the A10 Warthog is currently not in the game. The first vehicle you have access to the game is the Jeep. The Jeep is the fastest land vehicle in the game and is able to off-road relatively well. It has basically no health and literally no armor for the passengers, so it should only be used as transport and not as an assault vehicle. At 1 star you gain access to the Humvee and the truck. The truck has a lot of space for your team and transport and such, but those people aren't protected at all. The Humvee has more health and armor than the Jeep, so it can withstand more hits, but you shouldn't treat it as like an indestructible wall. At 2 stars you unlock the up-armored Humvee, which has more health than a top-mounted MG. At 3 and 4 stars you get access to the Strikers, which have a lot more room, mounted MGs, a lot more health, and the passengers cannot be shot at, which makes them ideal for assault vehicles. The helicopters work a little bit differently, as you only get your first one at 2 stars. The Little Bird is the first helicopter you get, but it has low health, the slowest speed for the helicopters, and generally awful. Just use this for quick transport. Sea Stallion is unlocked at 3 stars, and it is extremely good. Plenty of space for a team, a mounted 50 cal for support, and high health and speed. It's a general all-rounder. The Blackhawk, it's available for use at 5 stars, and it features 2 miniguns mounted on the sides, as well as enough space for a medium-sized squad. It can serve as both its transport and support helicopter. The last helicopter is the Chinook, and you get it from buying the pass in the store, and the only redeeming quality it has is that it has 20 seats. So a little bit of etiquette when using mounted machine guns. Don't shoot randomly. It's loud and annoying. If you're a passenger, you can rappel from the vehicle or parachute, depending on what the situation calls for. Joining a team is an easy way to get help from other players, as you can see their name and how far they are away from you. This is especially helpful when playing with friends. Holding tab brings up the menu wheel, which you can use to join teams, do emotes, and use medic supplies. I hope this was helpful.